Hey there, gang. Thanks for listening. This is Toby, host of the podcast Prioritize. Just wanted to say a big thank you.
That's right. We see the comments coming in, and we just want to say, thanks.
Right, but I really appreciate, taking the time and doing the detail.
Right, because if you no put comment, we're going to shoot you and bury you in desert.
No, still not going to do that. I was just saying that we're appreciative of the comments because, sometimes you come in, you really don't feel like doing this, and you're kind of like, why am I doing this?
I feel that way every day.
At any rate, we just wanted to say a big thank you for all the comments and the liking and the new subscribers and the rates. We really appreciate it. Keep up the good work. It's things like that, and people like you that keep us moving forward.
Right, because otherwise...
No, just forget that. Just forget it. We appreciate you listening, and we'll catch you soon.
I never get to say what I was going to say.
Welcome to another episode of Prioritize. They accomplish while you drown in lists. It's difficult to juggle your responsibilities. Husband, father, brother. It goes on, but your energy doesn't.
You pondering what I'm pondering?
Prioritize what's right for you, not what's left behind. This is Prioritize with Toby Baker.
You'll have to speak up. I'm wearing a towel.
Greetings, gentlemen and ladies. This is Prioritize. Here we discuss prioritizing faith, family, relationships, and more. I'm your crazy white, formerly fat host, the Baker Boy himself. Welcome to the show. I am so glad you're with us. I'm so excited. We just got back from Jamaica. Yeah, have you ever been over there? Beautiful country. A little smaller than, say, Indiana. But my gosh, do they have some gorgeous beaches. And I met a model down there. You probably already guessed, right? Yeah. I met her like 25 plus years ago, and then we connected, got married, and I decided to take her with me down to Jamaica. I know. Tobe, you're such a gracious human being. How do you do it? I don't know. Sometimes it just comes natural. And you're like, hey, I'm going to Jamaica. Do you want to come along? You think she said no? Please, with this hair? How do you refuse, honestly? All right, so my wife and I, we celebrated 25 years down in Jamaica. And today I wanted to prioritize. I'm actually going to have a lot of different stories from Jamaica, most of which I learned a lesson or two from. And today, if we could, I'd like to prioritize coincidences because this just doesn't happen every day.
You mean to say you don't go to Jamaica every day? Oh, shocker.
No, what I meant was this kind of situation doesn't happen every day, right? Maybe it does to you. Maybe you're walking along the street and you forgot your coffee at home and someone says, hey, I just got a double latte, double shot espresso. I can't finish this. You want this? Right? I didn't even touch it. I ordered one. They got me two. I'm sorry. Do you want one? And you're like, whoa. Oh, right? The gates of heaven have opened up. The hot sign is on at Krispy Kreme. As it just so happens, they made 24 too many. And they're like, hey, we know we're going to give you one free. Would you like an extra one for free? We don't know what to do with these. Maybe somebody hands you a lottery ticket and they're like, hey, man, I can't even figure out how to get this thing scratched. And you scratch them off and bada boom, bada bing, you're a bajillionaire. Does this ever happen to you people? It doesn't really happen to me all that often. That's why I wanted to sit down and take a moment and just take it in. Allow me to share with you if I can. Al from Agrabah, share with us. All right, so we've been planning this thing for a while now. We'd actually looked at several different options, not that we're bajillionaires. We didn't scratch off any lottery tickets, I'm just saying. We did eliminate almost all of our debt, so we got a lot of that beat back down. We're down almost nothing. We're like, hey, 25 years, let's go ahead and do this. This is going to be good. So we looked at cruises, we looked at the Florida Keys, and then we saw, ding, 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 Sandals, South Coast, Jamaica. Like, hey, that looks kind of neat. Looked at a lot of YouTube videos, talked with a lot of people, and they're like, yeah, you should go. So I'm like, hey, we should go. So guess what we did? Yep, we went. You're a smart cookie. You're a smart one, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you're good, you. I've been creating a lot of podcasts and working with a lot of audio, and I've been downloading a lot of different songs and stuff. So I want you to keep that in mind, okay? Secondly, and you'll need this for a later podcast. I can't wait to get to this. Oh, man. I'm not even sure if I should say the airline. I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to get sued for defamation. I'm also not trying to, I know people are people everywhere you go, and I guess I'll leave it at that. That's what I keep telling my boys. You got to watch out for people, because people are people everywhere you go, right? Suffice it to say, the airline had changed our reservations for the return trip. Now, it's going to be important later on to remember that in a different podcast. So I want to keep you coming back. Would you please listen some more? Would you listen to the next podcast? Come on. You know you want to. All right, so got everything booked, got everything paid for, and the whole time I'm like, okay, this is going during the hurricane season. Hopefully there's not going to be a lot of hurricanes. What do I keep seeing on the news? Nothing but hurricanes, and some kind of a virus that's circulating. I don't know. I'm like, why are you guys conspiring against me? What did I do wrong? I grabbed the wife. We're in the car. Boom, bada boom. We are on the way to the airport. We're crashing at some bum, hotel the night before, and then we're going to be in the sky. We're going to be going overseas. It's going to be glorious. The whole time I'm just thinking, I have to think positive. You ever have to will yourself to think positive? Probably not you, because you're a positive Nelly. I'm a negative Nelly. Just a little bit, but not so much that it actually, puts people in danger. But I was really kind of freaking. I'm like, okay, what if this happens? What if this other thing happens? What if they lose a reservation? What if I didn't have the right paperwork with me? What if they didn't accept the digital on, the scan codes, the QR code on the phone? What if something malfunctioned within the phone and they wouldn't even accept it? They're going to shut everything down. They're going to look at my hair and be like, oh, excuse me, sir. You match description of guy from Detroit we've been tracking. I'd be like, how'd you know? I'm from Detroit. Oh, we can tell from accent. We're at the airport. They just told us they would switch our reservations. No problem. We're only, an extra 15 minutes. By the way, did you know Jamaica does not recognize daylight savings time? That's, no problem at all, unless it actually has something to do with your return flight. Anyway. So we're in the air, right? And things seem to be going just fantastic. We're over the seas, and I'm looking at all these beautiful clouds, and I'm looking at all these little islands, and there's Cuba. We're flying over Cuba. Well, how did I know it was Cuba? Because on one of the screens in front of me, they show you where your plane is. They got a little white plane, and it's flying over a different island. Well, we were flying over Cuba. And I'm looking down, I'm like, hey, there's Cuba. Look at that, I see the American flag from here. We keep, scooting along, and I got my Ray-Cons in. No, they didn't pay me. It's just such a comfortable earbud. You got to try these things out. They're amazing. So I got my Ray-Cons in. I'm listening to some tune. I just switched over from an audiobook because we had that much time. And so I'm listening to some tunes. And I look up on the screen next to me, and there's this movie. And I'm thinking, why is this one playing now? It's called The Meg. You ever seen The Meg?
There's a monster outside.
For some reason, The Meg is playing on the screen in front of me like, that's interesting. This guy on the other side, my wife sat on the right side of me. I had the window seat. Then this other guy sits on the other side of me. He's watching The Shallows.
Hey! You should come over here.
I'm good here. Thank you.
That's interesting too. The pilot gets on the intercom, the PA system. There's this interruption in the video, and he says, "Now, passengers, not to alarm you or anything, but we will be experiencing momentarily turbulence in a flight. So just expect that. Everything's going smooth. Everything's fine up here. We're not we're all playing it safe." About the same time he says that, I notice that all these beautiful little islands I'm crossing over are not really islands. They're reflections from the clouds. We are in open water. Gentlemen and ladies, there is not land in sight. I got the Meg playing in front of me. I got the Shallows playing beside me. I got the pilot coming on the intercom saying, hey, it's going to get rough and rugged and it's going to feel like the plane's going to get torn apart, but don't worry, we got Twinkies. I'm like, at least we got some Twinkies. And then I realized that there's no islands underneath us. These are all clouds. Next thing I know, and I don't know how it got into my play. The only thing I can think of is I was listening to my purchased playlist somehow from my summertime Jamaica playlist, and it switched automatically. All of a sudden, I'm hearing the Jaws theme in the background. Are you putting two and two together? Like, how does this work? How does this work against Toby? What did I do wrong? There's no land. We're going through turbulence. I got the Meg, I got the Shallows, and I got Jaws. And I'm thinking, oh, this is just, picture perfect. So do these things happen to you guys out there? I just thought it was a funny coincidence. I'm sure these things don't happen to you. But if they ever do, maybe the best takeaway from this little happenstance is, hey, maybe I shouldn't be watching as much media as I do. That way, when I get into these kinds of coincidences, they don't freak me out so much. But then again, that's just my humble opinion.